Had a stop and refuel. Got some beefaroni cooking. 2 types of pasta. Very cool. And on this end, I have the chicken noodle soup. Cooking. It's a classic Campbell's. Very cool. What you guys think? Oh yeah, I'm about to go in. Be sure to check out some of my latest videos. One of my latest videos is Hardcovers. You also have NECA Halloween, Jason. And you also have NECA's Predator, Alpha Predator. And thank you for all those who did my challenge. The challenge is an open challenge. Just showing it a comic book or your first appearances that you like. That's it. Make sure you tag me in it. Thank you for all those who already did the challenge. Peace. And this episode of Direct Dish is brought to you by Lit by Kimmy, Cooking KD, and my fake Darth Ball from China. Alright, so you know how we do on these videos. Let's get into some paperbacks and hardcovers. So last time I noticed I didn't show too much love to my paperbacks. So I grabbed a couple along with some hardcovers out of the collection, and yeah, let's do this. So this is Black Panther #1. Definitely love this. Well, volume 1. Very cool. And to believe a sin that I still haven't read this yet. But I'm going to. Let's keep moving. And this one was a gift from Comic Book Window. Man, we didn't miss out on the wave because Bitterroot ended up becoming an underground sensation. And I was shocked. I was like, Lord, thank you, Comic Book Window, for buying me this. If I could have, I would have went back and picked up single issues. But by the time I checked back then in with Bitterroot, it had already took off. Very good collection. That's your indie corner. I always have to try to have an indie corner for you guys because now a lot of guys are not heavy Marvel DC. This is, I think it's Image, but Bitterroot, very good read. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. So along with Bitterroot, this is one of my favorite paperbacks because this is a complete, allow my sex fingers to interrupt your video. This is a complete Planet Hulk collection. Now, I'm sure it's an omnibus probably out there with when he went into the planet and then came back to the Earth with World War Hulk, which is pretty cool. But yeah, definitely love this collection. It's all of them. And very cool. Planet Hulk was very cool. A lot of cool characters came out of that. A lot of cool runs came out of that. The movie Thor Ragnarok, that was kind of loosely based off of it. And yeah, let's keep rolling. All right. So before we even get into some of your main events, let me show you some of the best comic books I've ever read in my freaking life. Right? You guys ready? All right, let's do this. You got Dark Angel, the Dark Angel Saga, Book 2. Now, that just because I ain't throwing in #1 doesn't mean that #1 is not better. These are just ones I can randomly get right quick. These are the last Horsemen of Apocalypse. You have Holocaust in that cover, and if you really look very hard, Dark Angel's right there in the middle. That's Dark Beast. That's Dark Angel's baby mama. I forget her name. It's a couple of last Horsemen of Apocalypse. That's a guy that plays the drums and sucks the life out of you. This guy carries every disease. Holocaust is Apocalypse's actual son. And that is War, the big beast with the axe. And this is a pretty cool cover of XForce with the Age of Apocalypse X-Men. I really, really enjoyed this run thoroughly. And along with that book, let's just go ahead. This is Uncanny XForce, The Final Execution. Now, the Final Execution was basically like they went into the future. And you had a lot of the heroes that were actually like the Judge Dredd. That was right up Punisher's alley. They had to put Punisher in there. And that is Phantom X and Skin Man. Skin Man was actually created by Weapon X right along with Phantom X. And this is some of the bad guys. That's Blob from the Age of Apocalypse, but that's Mystique, Sabretooth, and the Shadow King. So very cool, man. It was a darker X-Men, a time where violence was, you saw it, and I just love this run. All right. So those two are very cool. Let's just rearrange it live. I'm not going to cut it and, do anything. Look at this one. That's the last X-Force I'm going to show you. This is X-Force, The Final Execution, Part 2, Book 2. What was crazy in this book was at the Age of Apocalypse, Nightcrawler ended up being a very prick, and he traded on Wolverine them, and Wolverine finally got his revenge in this book called, I think it was called Extinction or Extinction. It was called like Extinction or something like that. There is Apocalypse. Apocalypse, you thought they killed him in the first X-Force run, but they actually didn't. They Phantom X took him to his Weapon X facility and basically raised him where he was good. So, like I said, if you're into X-Men, definitely got to get this run. I love these books. I cherish them with my life. And it's not just those three. It's the whole X-Force run. From when they was X-Force to Uncanny X-Force. You guys ready? Let's keep rolling. All right, last X book. And this is X-23 Chaos Theory. This is Volume 2. Her and Gambit went on some adventures. And one of the adventures they went on was to track down Vampire Jubilee because she had lost her powers. And then during M-Day, but she gained her power back. She gained some vampire powers by X-Men versus Vampires. I forget what that run was called. But I know she was bitten and, now she's a mother raising a child, which is pretty cool. So Jubilee finally grew up. So you guys ready? I got 4 main events. Let's do it. So your first main event is Frankencastle. This is when Daken, the Dark Avengers, hunted down the Punisher under Norman Osborn's direction, chopped him into pieces, and they brought him back through the Bloodstone. Well, he ended up being Frank Castle again through the Bloodstone, but that was very cool seeing that he was put together by the monsters of the Marvel Universe, which is Werewolf by Night, Morbius, and Man-Thing. So very cool. Now Morbius has a whole movie about to be made after him. So very cool. Definitely love Frankencastle. I read it and I was like, it almost like reading a Deadpool comic book. So very cool. So speaking of Deadpool, this is the Death of Deadpool. You see Death, he's like sigh. Well, this is not the girl version. He said, well, it's about time. Dead. He actually took some kind of serum that turned him into, normal Deadpool again. Blonde hair, blue eyes. But I think towards the end of the book, you start seeing him come back to the original Deadpool. He's too popular for them to kill off. So, but very good book, man. I was very, very, very much into this book. So very cool. Let's keep going. Grant Morrison. Alex Ross. This is Batman R.I.P. This is one of the greatest books I've ever read. I'm not even playing around with you. It's just such a good book. It's older now, but yeah, I definitely love Batman R.I.P. The artwork in it was pretty cool. You had, see, that's the back. They buried Batman alive. Let's look on the inside. And I love DC's dust covers because they always have something extra in the dust cover, unlike Marvel. Marvel just, throws a dust cover on there and boom, that's what it is. But yeah, if you never read Batman R.I.P., you're missing out. This is one of the quintessentials before the, what is it? The Owls. Before all that, there was Batman R.I.P., one of the biggest stories that he had that kind of connected with this generation. That's the Batman that when Batman's mind is gone, that's the Batman that he turns into. So very cool. Batman has a trick for everything. If you attack his mind, this is that was the Batman that he turns into. Epic Batman and Joker battle. Just awesome. Look at the inside of his dust cover. It probably has something. Well, no, this is just a regular one. But usually DC has like a imprint of the Joker in there or something like that. But pretty cool Batman RIP. All right, now let me show you the main event. Main event. There it is. Harleen. Now this dust cover does this. Watch this dust cover. Wow. I really enjoyed reading this. Me and Simply D from Simply Incredible Podcast, we're big Harley Quinn fans, and this is actually her origins. So it doesn't sway from her origins in the comic or her origins in the animated series. Very good. Very good. If you're a Harley Quinn fan, you definitely got to get this book. So what did you guys think? Very awesome, huh? All right. Let's do this live. Allow my sex fingers to interrupt your video. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you guys and girls for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fair Hall Direct Edition. Like, subscribe, share. Remember, words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love and on the ones that don't show you love. Hey, we're just going to keep on rolling without them. Hey, y'all be safe out there. Take care of yourself. Peace.